Tuesday, November 24. Welcome to CGN News. The United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, has raised the risk assessment of 5 Caribbean countries to level 4 for COVID-19. Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, the Bahamas, Antigua and Barbuda, and the Turks and Caicos Islands were given the highest risk assessment, and Americans are being warned to avoid all travel to these countries. In response, the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, the JHTA, says the risk advisory will negatively impact tourist arrivals during the upcoming winter season. The risk levels were updated on Saturday. Trinidad and Tobago has deported 16 Venezuelan minors, separating some of them from their parents, a lawyer trying to stop their repatriation said Monday. The minors were deported on Sunday, hours before a court hearing in which lawyers were due to demand permanent residence for them, attorney Nafisa Mohammed told the AFP. She called for an investigation into the operation and demanded that the government re-examine its handling of the migrant crisis triggered by the exodus of millions of people from Venezuela in recent years. Venezuela opposition leader David Smolansky said the 29 deported migrants included 16 minors, one of them a 4-month-old baby. The Inter-American Court of Human Rights called on Trinidad to guarantee entry for Venezuelans seeking protection for humanitarian reasons. Caribbean Airlines, CAL, on Monday announced that it had started a weekly flight between Guyana and Cuba, departing from the Chedijegan International Airport every Saturday. It said that the flight, which would include a stop in Trinidad and Tobago, will be undertaken in conformity with the civil aviation regulations, in keeping with the measures aimed at curbing the spread of the coronavirus. Each flight into and out of Havana will transit via Trinidad. However, passengers will not disembark the aircraft, CAL said in a statement. It added that customers must check the required COVID-19 travel protocols for entry into Guyana and Cuba. The Prime Minister of Belize, John Briceño, has tested positive for COVID-19. In a statement late Monday, the Office of the Prime Minister said that the newly appointed Prime Minister was recently swabbed for the virus. He will remain in isolation for the next 2 weeks, after which he will be retested, a statement said. Earlier this month, Briceño led the People's United Party to victory in the general election in Belize. Following news of the Prime Minister's diagnosis, the Office of the Prime Minister issued a reminder urging the public to continue to wear masks, practice social distancing, and to follow the guidelines of the Ministry of Health. Overseas now, U.S. President-elect Joe Biden has chosen Cuban-born Alejandro Mayorkas to lead the Department of Homeland Security, DHS. The former federal prosecutor served as DHS Deputy Secretary in the Obama-Biden administration. Mayorkas, who turned 61 today, Tuesday, oversaw the implementation of DACA, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, meant to offer a way to citizenship for millions of longtime U.S. residents who entered the country illegally. Under Trump, that effort was halted as part of the White House's effort against undocumented immigrants. Mayorkas will be the first immigrant to lead the DHS. His mother was a Romanian Jew who fled to Cuba, and his father a Cuban Jew who brought the family to the United States in 1960. Donald Trump has accepted that a formal U.S. transition should begin for President-elect Joe Biden to take office. The president said the federal agency overseeing the handover must, quote, do what needs to be done, even as he vowed to keep contesting his election defeat. The General Services Administration, the GSA, said it was acknowledging Biden as the apparent winner. It came as Biden's victory in the state of Michigan was officially certified, a major blow to Mr. Trump. International air travelers will in future need to prove they have been vaccinated against COVID-19 in order to board Qantas flights. The Australian flag carrier's boss, Alan Joyce, said the move would be a necessity when vaccines are available. Australia shut down its international borders early in the pandemic and required those returning to quarantine. The country has more recently relied on lockdowns, widespread testing, and aggressive contact tracing to push daily infections nationwide close to zero. In an interview with Australia's Nine Network on Monday, Mr. Joyce said Qantas was looking at ways of changing its terms and conditions for international travellers as the industry, which has been hit hard by travel restrictions, looks at ways of moving forward. Apple's head of global security has been charged with bribery. Thomas Moyer is accused of offering bribes in the form of iPads worth $70,000 in order to obtain concealed firearms licenses. The charges were brought by a California grand jury on Monday. Apple did not immediately respond to a BBC request for comment. Two police officers from Santa Clara County, Under Sheriff Rick Sung and Sheriff's Captain James Jensen, have also been charged. Moyer is accused of offering bribes to get them. Under state law, it is a crime to carry a concealed firearm without a concealed weapon license. Santa Clara County alleges that Sung held back issuing concealed weapon permits to Apple's security team until Moyer agreed to donate $70,000 worth of iPads to the sheriff's office. The World Health Organization, the WHO, said Monday that avoiding family gatherings would be the safest bet over Christmas, adding that there is no zero-risk option for traditional holiday merrymaking during the coronavirus pandemic. The WHO said it was up to governments to weigh the economic and social benefits of loosening restrictions over the festive season. Officials also said that individuals would have to decide whether they might be putting more vulnerable relatives at risk. Europe and the Americas are battling rising coronavirus caseloads that are pushing health systems to the brink, forcing governments to issue stay-at-home orders and close businesses heading into the crucial Christmas period. The movie Seacole, based on Jamaican nurse Mary Seacole, is now set to be released next year. It is a historical drama about the legendary woman who defied discrimination as a nurse to care for British soldiers during the Crimean War from 1853 to 1856. Lisa Rodriguez, vice chair of the Mary Seacole Trust in London, said Mary Seacole helped people recognize that nursing is about care and support for the dying and the living. She was speaking Monday during a virtual memorial lecture to commemorate the 215th anniversary of Seacole's birth. The year 2020 has been designated by the World Health Organization as the International Year of the Nurse and Midwife. That's it for CGN News. I'm Scott Wilson. Thanks for watching.